Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. We got a big interview today. We thank you all for joining. We got the man, the myth, the legend, Dearness Johnson, running back for the Cleveland Browns. Dearness, thanks so much for joining. And I guess you could start off with your quick thoughts. You're returning to Cleveland this season.
Man, nah, I'm just happy just to be back for one more year, man. Just happy, just get another chance, showcase what I can do.
Okay, with
Awesome. Yeah,
that said, let's just get started with the questions, man. Thanks so much for coming on.
Yeah, no problem.
yeah, Dearnest, nice to meet you. If you can see my background, you can probably
I,
see I'm a bit of a USF fan.
yeah,
Uh,
I see that.
so I was a big fan of you at USF. So I wanted to obviously start there since we're a Florida-oriented website. And I mean, you did everything at USF. You were a star player. You're the career all-purpose yardage leader at USF. That 2016 offense you were a part of your junior year
Yeah,
had Marlon Mack, Rodney Adams, Quentin Flowers, and people. I don't want to say this in a bad. I feel like people overlooked you a little bit, even though you did so much for that team, especially receiving out of the backfield. Uh, there was a coaching change then, your senior season, and the offense shifted a little bit in a way that I don't know helped you.
yeah, I
Uh,
know, I know about that. I know.
what do you think? I mean, going into the draft, I was infuriated that there was not a lot of Dearness Johnson talk going into that draft. But obviously, you kept your head down and kept working. But what was going through your mind while all that was going on?
We're doing the draft time.
Yeah,
Man, I was just staying patient because I knew like the first 2 days I probably wasn't gonna get called, but the third day I knew like for sure like okay, my name can be called. Then that's when like fourth round came and the 49ers called me. I got everybody, all my people with me and stuff like that. They pulled out the cameras and stuff because they thinking it's a call where that, like, the 49ers are going to draft me and stuff. And they ended up saying, like, they don't want to, they're not taking any backs, in this draft class. Like, they're not going to draft any running backs. But they like me a lot. And they definitely want to sign me after the draft. So then I got off the phone with them. Then the whole draft went by and I didn't hear my name called or none of that. Like it was just a whole disappointment day because coming out of college, and entering the draft, you want to hear your name drafted and stuff. But it was like a sad day for me. I feel like I let everyone down and stuff, not being drafted.
yeah, and you were Mr. Do Everything at USF. You literally did everything. I remember at one point you led the team in special teams tackles. I
Yeah,
think it was your junior year.
yeah, I did.
And really the only opportunity you got, and again, it infuriated me, so I can only imagine how you felt, but the only opportunity you got was a mini camp tryout with the Saints, which isn't a lot. And then you were working on a fishing boat.
That's crazy. Yeah, that was the only opportunity with the Saints. It was a mini camp, so it's really hard to try to impress within 3 days. Impress the coach within 3 days. I mean, I went out there. I gave them my all. I felt like I did good and stuff, but they ended up not signing me as a free agent and stuff. Then I had to come back home, and I didn't know what to do. Um, so I had a friend always that I was kept in mind that he said like whenever I need a job I can come down there and fish and stuff. So I ended up calling him and making that phone call to him and saying I want to come down there and fish to try to make some money, and that's what I did.
Yeah, and then I think you put this on your Instagram. You basically had to send a message to the AAF, I think it was. I remember watching you for the Apollos, and
Yeah,
like every time you take the field, you draw the eyeballs because you do your job and you do it
yeah,
better than almost anyone else.
yeah.
And you did that with the Apollos too, but you had to, reach out to
Man,
them to just get a tryout, right?
the Apollo thing was crazy because like I had teammates that was in the league, different teammates in the league and stuff. And I'm surprised, like, man, like I did a lot for, the USF and stuff like that. And I'm surprised like my name hasn't been picked to be in this league. It's not like the NFL. It's a smaller league and stuff. So I'm like, man, I know I can play in this league, but then my name wasn't like anything like that. So I had like teammates that played for like the Orlando Apollos. I had also Coach David Reeves. He was the offensive coordinator for the Orlando Apollos. So I ended up hitting up him and Sean Price, one of our former tight ends there. They gave them to the GM, and they said call them, and I got the GM them, and I just kept calling him each and every day, just telling him like, do you got some positions open and stuff, and I just kept calling him every single day until like one day where he said that they're gonna release 2 of their running backs and stuff, and they're gonna go over as a coach and stuff to see what they want to do. So the next day I called, and I said, did you guys make a decision and stuff? They said, yeah, they made a decision. They're gonna bring me into the training camp, but they're not gonna sign me and stuff. And I said, that's all I need, just to go out there and training camp, showcase what I can do. And that's when they brought me into training camp, and I was like the 5th running back on the roster and stuff. And every day I was just going out there, just making plays and just making little plays here and there. And then I just was being consistent and stuff. That's when I had a good training camp and that's when I made the team.
Yeah, and that led to the first time after that league folded. I imagine was kind of a scary time, frankly. But fortunately, a lot of guys from that league, unlike a lot of the leagues that end up folding, a lot of guys got NFL at least into training camps based on that. And you got to play outside of Florida for the first time in your career, man. Right?
Nah, that league, man, I think that league was one of the best leagues that's developed players, to be able to put on tape, for NFL teams because, there was a lot of good players in that league, a lot of players that played in NFL before, and a lot of guys that were pretty good in college, but never got the chance to, the opportunity just to showcase what they can do and at the next level. So that league was pretty good. Then once that league folded, like, I know a couple of like on my team, Garrett Gilbert, he ended up getting a shot with the Browns, and I had like different workouts and stuff. I had a workout from the Patriots, the Green Bay, then the Browns, but then none of them signed me. And then after after rookie minicamp, the Browns ended up calling me back, having to do another workout. Ended up doing another workout and came up here, and that's when they signed me and stuff. So, that league was definitely a great league and stuff.
Awesome. Then, Andrew, I think you had a question about his time at USF, too, before we move on a little further.
Yeah, Ernest, congratulations on the new contract, man. Super happy for you. Yeah, you definitely deserve it. And it's just so exciting to watch you play, man. I was just wondering, you played alongside Marlon Mack at USF. What was it like having him as a teammate, and what did you learn from him?
Man, Marlon Mack was my guy, man. I remember our first game, we were both freshmen and stuff. And, Coach Taggart said, he's going to give us both an opportunity to play and stuff. And Marlon had got the first opportunity. I remember his first carry, as a freshman, he took it like 60 yards and scored. And that whole game, he scored at least 4 touchdowns and stuff. I'm like, man, this man here, the real deal. I'm like, dang. But he's a great player. He's a great teammate. I learned a lot from Marlon, just how he came to practice each and every day. He was quiet. He didn't really say too much. He stayed to himself a lot. But, he came to work every day.
Yeah, it's good to see 2 Bulls in the NFL right now at the running back position.
Yeah.
So, then obviously you've been in Cleveland, and your role there has obviously gone up every year. The first season, I think, was mostly special teams. You got a few touches here and there. And then you had a good game your second year against you had a pretty big game against Dallas in a very entertaining game also.
Yeah.
Last year was kind of your breakout party to the nation.
Yeah.
Your Thursday night football, your first start. You had 200-yard games, though. People forget. You had a second 100-yard game, too.
I almost had 300-yard games.
Yes.
I was 1 yard short away from one.
Yeah, how fulfilling after the, even in college, I remember Marlon Mack's first game and saying, "Oh my God, we're golden." But you had to battle to get snaps in college frankly. You had to battle to get your way even into the AAF, then to the NFL. Now you're out here showing I'm a starting running back. How just fulfilling was that first, especially that first one against Denver when you did it on national TV and FedEx Ground Player of the Week and all that.
I promise I'll never forget that game. I promise. But that was so fulfilling, because I always knew I had it in me. I just needed the opportunity to go out there and do it. I mean, that Thursday night game, I don't know. When I knew I was going in to start, I just felt different. It just took me back to like my high school days, just going out there and just playing freely, just going out there not thinking, just playing and just having fun. And that's what I did. The offensive line did a great job blocking. The receivers did a great job. The coaches called just the right plays. And I knew, like, after that first carry, I think I broke for like 20 yards, 25. I'm like, yeah, I feel like this the one right here. This the game right here. And that's what I did. I just kept just going out there and having fun and just letting my ability take over, not thinking about anything.
Awesome. And by the way, one of my favorite NBA players, LeBron James, I know someone asked you about that. He tweeted about you, man. He's a big Browns fan. What did you think about that when that happened?
I mean, I knew LeBron James. He was my favorite. He's my favorite basketball player. Even growing up, he always been my favorite basketball player. So when I found out that he tweeted about me, I'm like, man, LeBron James tweeted like that's my favorite basketball player. Like I was in shock. Like I told everybody that I was gonna print that tweet out and frame it. I promise. I haven't framed it yet, but I'm gonna frame it for sure.
Awesome. Now, I want to just ask you about, the Cleveland Browns right now. In Cleveland, you've got a great running back room that already includes Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. You're listed as third on the depth chart, but I imagine with the amount of talent in that locker room, the attitude is all about competition and competing to get more carries, right?
Yeah, that's all it's about. Just going out there and competing. We making each other better. Every time we get an opportunity, anyone can get an opportunity. We try to make the most of it. Because you never know when that opportunity is gonna come. So that's what I do. I just go out there and try to make sure I make each opportunity count. Just going out there and just doing all the little things right, and just really just trying to better myself.
Awesome.
Yeah, and you guys have a lot of offensive weapons, yourself included, in Cleveland. How excited are you looking forward to this season?
Man, I'm excited, man. We definitely got a lot of weapons on offense. We got Amari Cooper, Deshaun Watson. We got Nick and Kareem, David Njoku's back, DPJ, just a lot of guys, and it's gonna be fun. A lot of plays gonna be made from everyone, so it's gonna be an exciting season.
Yeah, and I imagine it was cool to get the guarantee from the Browns. I imagine that just them showing their faith in you and their trust in you. I imagine that meant a lot, heading into your final season, basically under contract with them.
No, that definitely meant a whole lot because I didn't want to come into the season with nothing guaranteed. So for them to give me some guaranteed money means a lot to me, and then it shows that they liked everything that I done for this program and stuff. So I'm thankful, I'm blessed, because like I said, it's been a long journey, and for them just to bless me with that kind of money, it's a blessing, just one step at a time,
Yeah, definitely. Now, I do have to ask you, there's some team that has colors of black, white, and gold. You guys think you're going to go 2-0 against them this year?
You say black, white, and gold?
Yeah, it's the Steelers,
Oh, man. You saw you're going to go 2-0 against them?
Yeah, I mean, it's up to you. I mean, I want to hear your prediction.
I mean, that's our goal. That's our goal. Every game we play, we're trying to,
Exactly.
come out on top. So, that's our goal, to go 1-0 each week. And whenever that time comes where we have to play them, that's our goal, beating them.
And let me ask you this: with you didn't have the luxury of being drafted; you grinded your way where you got. But there are a couple guys underneath you on the depth chart: Felton and the 5th round pick from this year, Jerome Ford out of Cincinnati. What is there any wisdom you try to impart on them about just keep doing your job, whether it's here or someplace else? Just keep consistent. What do you give to them?
I just tell them just embrace the moment. enjoy each day because you never know what happened in this business. Just come out there and like whenever you get your opportunity, you just got to try to make the most of it and try to stand out. I tell them special teams is a big way to making this team. That's the advice that I give them. Just going out there, making sure you stay in the special teams coach air. And like I say, special team is a big part of making it in this league because if you're not number one or number two, you're definitely on special teams. So that's my advice to them. Just to make sure you're in the air of the special teams coach.
Yeah. I want to ask you about this because tons of different players give different answers. Fantasy football, right? You play the NFL, you just want to win games and rack up yards yourself, but you did make a lot of fantasy football owners happy in that game against Denver. I'm just wondering, when you play, do you give any crap about the fantasy football owners? Do you care or you just want to win?
Man, I don't really care too much about the fantasy. I mean, I see people DM me talking about, oh, I won them a lot of fantasy points, but I don't really know too much about fantasy. I just go out there and I just play football, and whatever happens, happens.
Awesome. Any more questions for the one and only Dearness Johnson?
No, I just wish he had some college eligibility left.
Man, I think those guys are going to be great this year. I think they're going to, it's a rebuilding program for those guys, and I think they're heading in the right direction.
Absolutely.
I hope so.
Dearness, I have one last question. For you. What's your advice to, an aspiring young athlete that's trying to make it in the NFL?
Just keep your head down and just keep working. The process doesn't come fast; it takes time. That's why I go by slow grind. My little slogan, slow grind. Staying focused on the ultimate goal. Sometimes the process doesn't come fast; it takes time. So your goal is to make it to the NFL, but it's not going to come easy. You're going to have to go through different obstacles just to reach those goals. And that's my advice. Just staying focused on the ultimate goal, and then everything takes time. You just got to trust the process. If that's your goal to make it to the NFL, do whatever it takes to make it. It's not going to be an easy journey at all. So that's my advice.
Awesome. Dearness, for all three of us and for the viewers watching, we thank you so much for coming on. Good luck this season. Good luck the rest of the way for training camp and just everything. Stay healthy, and I hope you rack up a lot of yards this season. Make a lot of fantasy football owners happy because you just have to do that.
Yeah.
Again, Dearness, thanks so much for coming on. We really appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all for having me.
Go Bulls.
Go Bulls. All right. Yeah.
Thanks, everyone, for watching.